What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to take a look at the Hasbro Transformers Studio Series Bonecrusher. So this is the next in the series of Constructicons from Hasbro. I did take a look at Scrapper. Now we're going to take a look at this guy. Shout out to Dr. Diecast, who was allowing me to take a look at his copies. And we're holding out of them until we get the full combiner, and then we'll combine them together and take a look at that. But first, let's take a look at... I want to call him Crushinator. He's so chubby. He does have some paint on. He got red paint, purple paint up here, Decepticon logo, silver paint for the face, and red for the eyes. That actually looks really good. Nice head sculpt. Purple for the hands. I hate hands like this. Just sculpt them in. Why be so cheap? Let them fold out. It is, painted nice. I just wish it was sculpted better. Here's the back. We do have the combiner part here on the back that was installed in the unboxing, which I did for members. And yeah, it looks decent enough overall. Head can rotate. Oh, by the way, I had a little mark here on unboxing on the back of the head. It turned out to be just something that was on there, rubbed right off. But it is painted on the back of the head because it transforms in vehicle mode, and that goes on top. But you can't rotate. You can get a little bit of back just due to the panel that it's on, and a little bit down. Shoulders are on the ball joint, rotate around, out to the side on that ball joint. Elbows are also on the ball joint, so they rotate and go up to 90 degrees. Nothing at these hands, these horrible hands. No waist rotation, which I found silly. If you undo this, you can get it, but that's cheating. It doesn't look right. Legs will kick up to there. Actually, all the way up, all the way back on a ball joint again, out to the side. Nice tight tolerances. Everything feels nice and well built, well made. A little bit of a thigh rotation at the ball joint, but then you also get a rotation here, so that works well. 90-degree bend at the knee. It does have a locking point, so it locks in right there, which is good. Ankle tilts out to there, and then toe and heel tilt down due to the transformation. We do get a weapon. We get this blaster just done in gray. Is it painted? This might be painted. Hard to tell, but it looks good either way. Left in either hand, and looks pretty good. And for a quick size comparison, there he is next to the Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime and the Studio Series Scrapper, which we looked at recently. And he does fit in nicely. Now, what's confusing to me is this is a deluxe class. This is a Voyager class. They're the same size. I don't really understand why this is called a Voyager, why it's priced as a Voyager. Where it is. Bonecrusher is not. It doesn't really make sense. I mean, it does come with this gun, but it's very small amount of plastic. It's not, it doesn't feel like $10 worth of plastic, so I don't understand it. And I did complain about that with this guy. He feels a little small for a Voyager. This one, okay, it feels right for a deluxe, but this, no. All right, let's get him transformed into his vehicle mode. And again, relatively simple and fun transformations in all of these. Go ahead and open up this shovel and close up the feet. They clip in together, quite nicely. We can come to the back here, open this up, fold the head down. This is where I was saying there's a painted part on the back because it's going to end up part of the truck. Open this up. We can open up his arm piece here. That'll give you a little bit of room to bend it backwards. I'm going to rotate the elbow around and then peg it back on the other side. Rotate this arm up and then rotate the entire arm panel on this joint into here, and that'll sit right there. It does peg in right here on the back. Go ahead and do the same thing on this side. Rotate it around, flip this around the other side, peg this in here, rotate this around, bring this entire panel in. These two will peg in together and peg up into here on each side. Bring this back in, tab that in. You can put this back underneath. Bring this up, bring the treads up. They're going to peg in here and here. And then there's another peg that's going into the side of the combiner part. So get all that pegged in. Same with this one. So it should look like this. Bring this down. This is on a double hinge, so bring this down. It should sit like that. All right, and there is Bonecrusher in vehicle mode. And I actually think this looks pretty nice. They did a good job on this. Purple paint here. Decepticon logo in the side of the shovel. That looks good. Silver paint for the two wheels here. At least you have a little bit of detail on there. Here's the back. Overall, I do think it's a good looking vehicle. No wheels or anything on the bottom, so it can't roll. You can take the gun and plug that in right here. That does look nice. And overall, I think it's a good looking truck. You can lift up the shovel, just do the transformation, get it up to there. Or if you want to, leave it downwards, you could just lift this part here. But it works. And for size comparison, there it is next to Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. Fits in nicely. It is a deluxe scale, deluxe class, and it looks like a deluxe class next to this guy. All right, now let's get him into his combine mode. Pretty simple. Go ahead and unplug this. Actually, you could leave it here if you want. You can just stay there. We can unpeg these treads from here. We're going to fold out this armature like this, and then you can plug these back in to where they were. Now, in the combine mode, there's going to be something here, which is part of long haul, I believe, or hook, that this will fit around and kind of lock in place. You can see there's a slot here. So this is going to slide down into the side of Devastator's shoulder and lock in place. Actually, it'll be like this. Then you can take this. This is going to actually rotate this way, even though there's a cavity there. You want this on the back because that's going to be the open part of the arm. This is going to have a cover. I believe there's going to be an arm part that goes onto this with the hand attached to it. But that's basically it. You get the elbow bend here, basically up to 90. You can rotate it at the elbow. That's another reason why I know it goes that way, because if you go this way, then it doesn't even bend 90. So it can't be right. But you get a rotation here, and it goes out to the side here. This definitely should have been ratcheted. I'm not sure this is going to work well. Well, the tolerances are pretty good, so it might be okay. And there's not a lot of weight here. It does have to hold the arm with the hand and the gun. So it might work. We can actually test the theory and put the gun in here maybe, just to see. We don't have the hand part yet, obviously, so we can't do that. Yeah, so it'll be fine. It'll hold the weight just fine. So final recommendations on the Hasbro Transformers Studio Series Bonecrusher. This thing is okay. I'm going to give it a 4 to 5. I'll recommend it. It does work in all three modes. Transformation is fun and intuitive. The vehicle mode, I think, is probably the strongest mode. It looks the best in overall of the three. The robot mode is kind of dumpy. I think he just looks too stout. But, he's kind of a weird-looking character, so I kind of understand it. And then combined mode also looks like it's going to work well, and, it's got good proportions. My issue is the size overall. It does feel like it's going to be a very small Devastator. I mean, we already know the size, but the fact that you're paying, Voyager price for a deluxe, it doesn't feel quite right to me. Now, I'm not really sure how to feel about the combiner until we get it, so I'm going to reserve judgment until we get there. But that is something that's of concern to me, is it does feel like you're getting less. You're getting less for more money. But that's really it for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks once again to Dr. Diecast for allowing me to hold on to these, take a look at these, and we'll see you next time.